Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am coming back with another episode of Monday Market Update. Let's take a look at what we have today. We are going to looking at whether it is good time for you to buy a house during a high inflation time or not. What is going on with the market nowadays? Can we negotiate with the seller about the purchase price yet? All right, let's take a look at what we have. Okay, hello everyone. Let me show my name real quick so that you know who I am. So my name is Long Lee. If you're already watching my episode, in this video, I'm gonna show you a couple of information about the market in Arizona, especially in Arizona. Well, only in Arizona because I'm focusing on the local information here. Anything is happening every Monday. So if you are interested in another episode, we can talk. Come back here one more time, and I will have another topic for you. The first topic that I'm gonna talk to you about is actually about the consumer price increase. Okay, as you know, recently actually inflation has gone up really high. We are looking at somewhere from 6.8 to almost 7%, right? Now the question come up is that, all right, so should I buy a house now? Okay, or should I wait for the rate to go down? Now, this is data collected by the NAR, and as you see here, every single year, like 1970s, 1980s, 1990s, the yellow part is a consumer price index, right? Consumer price index. Every single 10 years that we see here, you see that the home price appreciation is actually higher, right? Except for 1980s and except for 2000. Now, the difference is not that much, right? 5.6% versus 5.5%. 2.6% versus 2.3%. Now, one thing to note, this is still a positive, right? That even it is lower than consumer price index, it's still a positive appreciation for the home price, right? So obviously you see here, and then it's the second point that I want to make is that especially for the last 2 years, as you see here, in 2020, inflation is not much of a deal, 1.4%. The consumer price index is 1.4%. Now, the appreciation is 9.2%. In 2021, the inflation rate is 6.8%, but it also have the appreciation of 18%. So, as the conclusion suggested here, they say that home price appreciation is actually the best method to fight against inflation, because you actually get more money. That's the same $100,000 if you just put in the bank, right? The same $100,000 if you just put in the bank doing nothing. Inflation gonna kill that money, gonna reduce the value of that $100,000. However, though, if the same $100,000 house and you put into a house, the house actually increase the value, getting you appreciation, and therefore that 100,000 become 120 within a year, right? So I know that a lot of you worry about inflation, whether it is a good time to buy or not. What I'm saying is that it's really depend on your situation, your personal situation. What we have been seeing is that even during the time that you have low appreciation, you have high appreciation, right? Even in 1970s, when you have 7.1% inflation, you still have a home appreciation of 9.9%. So overall, we can see that the data actually back up. Like if you are buying a home during the in regardless of the time, you're gonna see the appreciation going up in a long term to fight against the inflation. So that's information number one that I want to share with you. The second information that I want to share with you is this is actually the chart that I'm looking at for the last 7 days. Okay, so the last 7 days, this is a sold listing. So we have about a total of 97 listing 96 homes that get sold. Now this is only in Chandler, right? Because I don't want to look at a too big number and therefore it's confusing. This is only in Chandler for all the homes that sold within the last 7 days as of today. last 7 days as of today. The blue bar is the number of homes sold, okay? So the blue bar show. And the axis here is the difference in terms of list price versus sold price. This two column here is negative, meaning that it is sold at the price that less than the list price. And if it is positive, meaning that the house is sold at a price that is higher than the list price. So as you see here, only two column, and this number right here is actually 22. This one is only one count, right? There's only one listing that's actually less than that's less than actually it is less than 500,000 compared to the list price. In fact, the list price of that is the sold price of that is actually above 900,000. Okay. Now let's come back to the first statement that I want to make. The first point that I want to make here. Only two columns and about a total of 23 homes get sold on the market in Chandler for the last 7 days. That actually the seller is willing to reduce the price of the list price, right? The remaining of 73 homes get sold have a positive number, meaning that the sold price is actually higher than the list price. Okay, the most number is actually from actually less than $50,000. Okay, that's actually 63 homes that sold within the last 7 days in Chandler have less than $50,000 of compared to the list price. Right, so that is actually 75%, right? If you're looking at this area on the right and this area on the left right here, you obviously see that there is less seller that willing to lower the list price compared to the one on the right column. 75%, about 75% of all the homes sold within the last 7 days in Chandler is actually you have to pay more compared to the list price. Okay, compared to the list price. The orange line right here actually show another interesting topic. Is that another interesting point is that the lower the price, or obviously this is an average sold price, right? The lower the price, you actually having meaning that the higher the price, you don't see a lot of home get sold in this region right here. Okay, so that is actually the last point that I want to make in this chart. So in the answer for question that you have regarding whether you can negotiate with the seller or not, it really depends on the house, but overall the chance that you win to negotiate with the seller is less. Okay, is less than before. So that's the point that I want to make in this chart right here. The last chart that I want to report to you is this is a comfort index, right? This is the index created by the company called Comfort Associates, right? Basically, everything that is higher than 100 points, 100 points right here is called a seller market. Everything that is less than 100 points is called a buyer market. About 100 is the normal market, right? Obviously, you see here, every point, all the cities, all the 17 big cities in Maricopa County has more than 100 points, okay? Has more than 100 points. And so that means it's still in the seller market. The other thing that you also recognize is that they're actually changing in a negative way. Right, changing in a negative way, negative direction, right? 15 out of the 17 cities has a negative change, meaning that it is leaning towards the buyer market. It's not in the buyer market yet because the index is still more than greater than 100 points, right? It's still not in the buyer market yet, but it's moving toward the buyer market. The market's going to slow down. That is the reason that we're going to start seeing that already. Actually, more supply on the market going to make that even this trend even stronger, pushing toward the buyer market. We're not saying that there's going to crash, okay? I'm saying that it's going to be moving toward the buyer market. The buyer going to have more power now as the result. For that reason, there's more supply on the market, and there's better chance that you can win in your negotiate. Okay. All right, that's all I have for you in this video. Thank you so much for watching. And if you do have any question about any of the information I presented today, feel free to give me a call. My phone number is below there, 602-515-2442. Thank you. Bye-bye.